So I have a major warning that I want to bring to your attention right now because as we speak, millions and millions of Americans are potentially being forced from their homes. Now, this is a massive problem. It's a cause for concern because you could be next. You could be forced from your home and you may never even know it. So I'm going to break down what's going on, why this is such a problem, and for most people, they never even saw this coming. So I'll break all this down in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So first off, let's ask and answer the question. How can it be legal for someone to force you from your home? Well, it is. But it has to do not with a person coming in and forcing you from your home, but because of a premium coming in and forcing you from your home. Here's what I'm talking about. Insurance premiums, as of the past couple of years, have been rising. And as insurance premiums go up, this means you have to pay those. If you want to keep your property, if you want to live in your home, you have to pay for insurance, especially if you have a mortgage on your home. Well, this is a problem because what we are now hearing is that in extreme weather, or with extreme weather, comes extreme insurance premiums for homeowners in disaster-prone states. Well, what states are disaster-prone, or do we consider the most disaster-prone? Well, here's a short list. Now, I want to show you a list of some of the most disaster-prone states. The first one, you may already know this, is California. California is on the list because of wildfires and drought. We also have hurricanes and flooding in Florida and power outages in Texas. Those are all 3 that are pretty much disaster-prone states. There's 2 more I want to throw on this list though. It's Washington State and Oregon. Those 2 states constantly have wildfires. Okay, I know personally because I live in Washington State. Okay, so especially on the eastern part of Washington State, the north and eastern part of Washington State, we see a lot of wildfires. That's a concern. Oregon faces the same issue. And so these are multiple states, Washington, Oregon, California, all down the West Coast. We got Texas and we have Florida, all disaster-prone states. Now, I want to show you something, okay? I want you to watch this really quick. Just look at this and let me know your thoughts.
The report says that 1 in 13 U.S. homeowners are uninsured. That's 6.1 million homes.
So, again, massive amount of issues here because when so many people do not have insurance on their home, guess what? That means if something were to happen, their home were to get hit by a wildfire, flooding, a hurricane, power outages. But again, the power outages cause, let's say, a fire. You don't have insurance on your home. What do? How do you pay back that lender? Here's what most people are doing. They're self-insuring, but they don't have enough money in the bank to pay for that home and pretty much rebuild it if something were to happen. So guess what? They would then have a mortgage on a home that is not even livable. This is why millions of people are being forced from their homes, okay, because of what is going on. It is huge. Okay, this is a massive problem. Let me show you this. Texas has some of the highest homeowners insurance rates in the country. It's not just Texas though. Florida is undergoing an insurance crisis. This is something that we have been expecting for some time. But guess what? Florida homeowners, they're just abandoning their homeowners insurance altogether. But here's where things get very interesting. Now we start throwing in the mortgage lender, start throwing in the HOA. This is a problem. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he lives in California. His HOA, his fee, went up about 200%. 200% since he moved in, was it August? I think it was August or September of 2023. So he's only been there a handful of months, and his HOA fee already went up 200% because of the the cost that they're incurring as well. Their insurance premium for the HOA, that increased. So now they're pushing that all over to the homeowners that live within that HOA. Okay. But I want to explain I'm going to give you some numbers here. This is just from Florida. Florida and California are the two that are getting hit the hardest. Here's what's going on in Florida. So in 2019, insurance premiums on an average home in the state of Florida were about $2,000 a year. I think it was a little bit less than that. Then in 2023, they ballooned up to over $6,000. Here's the reason why. Because the reason why these homeowners, these insurance policies are getting more expensive is because the cost to rebuild that structure has gone up. The cost of lumber, all the materials, it's more expensive. Wages to have somebody rebuild that have gone up. Everything is more expensive. Gas to get the products from the lumber yard to the site, more expensive. So they were, in 2023, they're a little bit over $6,000 on average in the state of Florida. Today, you're looking at just under $9,000. Okay? So they're just under $9,000 today for a year of homeowners insurance. This is your premiums in the state of Florida. But experts are predicting that the annual premiums will hit just under $12,000 by the end of the year. So think about this for a second. You buy a home, your rates aren't great right now, but you buy a home, or let's say you bought a home last year, where you're spending about $6,000. Okay. So you're spending about $500 a month on homeowners insurance. It's a little steep, but okay, I get it. But then at the end of this year, you are now going to have to put another $500. So at the end of the year, you're going to have to pay $1,000 per month just to have insurance on your home. This is why millions of people are being forced from their homes. They can't afford to live in that home because they can't afford the insurance premiums. So you know what happens? They decide, well, I'm just going to abandon my insurance. Okay, I can't pay for it, so I'm just not even going to pay the insurance, and everything will be fine. Well, here's the problem. Mortgage lenders have something that's called a forced placed insurance, or a lender placed insurance policy. If you do not have homeowners insurance on a property that has a loan on it, the lender can come and tell you, and they have to give you like a notice, but they will come and tell you that, you know what, you don't have homeowners insurance, so we purchased it for you on your behalf, and here's what it's going to cost. I can tell you right now, when a mortgage company does this, they don't go and compare rates, they don't shop rates. They will get you just whatever insurance they can, and it's going to cost you whatever, usually double or probably about double. That is an issue because now they put that on you. You have to pay it. Guess what? If you can't pay it, they will come and take your home. They will take your home. They will seize your home because you cannot afford to pay the insurance that they put on it because you couldn't afford the insurance that you were trying to get yourself. All because of insurance costs. They could come after you and take your home and force you out of that home. This is the situation we're in right now. Now, I wish I could tell you things are going to get better. Everything's going to be perfectly fine. Rates are going to come down. The expectations that rates are not coming down. We are not going to see rates drop. If anything, they're going to go up. And so because of that, I just want to warn you that you could be forced from your home very soon, not because you didn't do your due diligence and get a rate that you could afford and get a home that, yes, you could afford, but because insurance in the state that you live in is getting so outrageously expensive. So, I will leave you with that, but just understand, as of right now, this is a problem that's hitting Americans all across the United States. As insurance prices go up, more people are going to abandon their homes. So, we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you right now is I will be here every step of the way. I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates, but as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.